Hey there. It's August 9th and time for Proverbs 9. Let's jump over there. God's trying to teach me something today because I recorded this thing already and forgot to hit the record button and did the whole study and then realized I didn't hit record, so now I have to do it a second time. So let's see what God has to teach me the second time. Wisdom's beast. This is trying to allure people to wisdom. Come and get smart, right? Wisdom has built her house. She has set up her 7 pillars. She has slaughtered her beasts, and she has mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her maids to call from the highest places in town. Whoever is simple or naive, let him turn in here. To him who is without sense, she says, come, eat of my bread and drink of the wine I have mixed. Leave simpleness and live and walk in the way of insight. Right? Desire it. You're trying to create a desire. Okay. General maxims. And this is where the Proverbs start. Okay. He who corrects a scoffer gets himself abuse, and he who reproves a wicked man incurs injury. Do not reprove a scoffer, he will hate you. Reprove a wise man, and he will love you. All right? And I highlighted this first part of 7 and part of 8 because this is going on today. There are protests everywhere, and 90% of them are paid actors, okay? So you can't correct them. They are of one mind, and that is to make money, to cause as much trouble as they possibly can. You can't correct them. They're scoffers. You can't correct them. They'll just beat you up, okay? You try to reprove them, and you will incur injury, and they will call you names and beat on you and drive you away because they don't want to learn. They're scoffers, right? Reprove a wise man, and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser. Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning. Now let's go ahead and highlight that. If you're seeking to be wise, one of the first keys of wisdom is to realize that everybody on earth knows something that you don't know. Okay? You can't be the smartest person on earth. Okay? Only God knows everything. And you will never know as much as God. Okay? So if you're wise, and somebody, hey, I know a better way to do that. Even if they're a simpleton, they can teach you something, right? Everybody can teach you something that you don't know. Hmm? Even your own children, which is amazing. Hmm? So that's a cool part of that verse. Verse 10. Now this is the key verse, okay? A key verse in all of Proverbs. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is insight. It says everywhere, get wisdom, get insight, get wisdom, get insight. How do you do that? Well, it starts with the fear of the Lord. Okay? That's following God, knowing Jesus, having the awe and respect for the mightiness of God himself. Okay? That's the beginning of wisdom, right? God says if you follow him, all you have to do is ask for wisdom and he'll give it to you. Okay? Just like that. If you have faith and not doubt that you're getting wisdom. Okay? There's no hope involved. Okay? Faith and hope are 2 different things. Faith is something you know is going to take place. Okay? Even though it hasn't yet, you know that it will. And that's the beginning of wisdom. Fear the Lord. And the knowledge of the Holy One is insight. How do you get knowledge of the Holy One? Well, you study the Bible. You study God's Word every day. Okay? Just like we're doing every day. Verse 11, for by me your days will be multiplied and years will be added to your life. Right. Nice thought, huh? Verse 12, and this is important. If you are wise for yourself. If you scoff, you alone will bear it. And I highlighted this part of verse 12. That's the reason that I'm studying the Bible. If you are wise for yourself, okay? I want to be wise for myself. Selfish? Yeah. Okay? I don't want to brag and look down my nose at everybody and say, look how much smarter I am than you. I'm wise only for myself. Okay? Not to show off, not to brag. Okay? One of the most important aspects they talk about in all of Proverbs is to be humble, kind. So, if you're wise for yourself. And if you're a scoffer, like these people up here, you alone will bear it. Okay, those other 5 verses, or 6 verses, is a contrast to the beginning. Wisdom's built her house, she has a beautiful feast, and right? Learn the way of insight. And this is folly's invitation. A foolish woman is noisy, she is wanton and knows no shame. She sits at the door of her house, she takes a seat on the high places of the town, calling to those who pass by, who are going straight on their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. And to him who is without sense, she says, stolen water is sweet, bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of Sheol. Right? It's a trap. Okay? It's a trap. Stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. Right? If you go there, you will find a pit of hell. Okay? But if you go here, right? Eat of her bread, drink of the wine she's mixed. Leave simpleness and walk in the way of insight. So there you go. That's Proverbs 9. We can go over our highlights real quick. Even though we already talked about them in depth, we highlighted 7 and part of 8. He who corrects a scoffer gets himself abuse, and he who reproves a wicked man incurs injury. Do not reprove a scoffer, or he will hate you. Okay? You can know that they're wrong. You can know where they're going. You can also know that it does no good to try and change their mind. Okay? Because some of them you can't. Okay? And the rest of 8 and 9. Reprove a wise man, and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser. Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning. So, everybody can teach you something, okay? If you're wise, you will realize that everybody on earth knows something that you don't know. You will never be the wisest person on earth. In fact, at the very end of Proverbs, it says, after all this learning, after all this teaching, after all this wisdom searching, I have learned that I know nothing. Okay? Which is a very deep statement. Right? Literally says, I am stupid. Okay? You can't know everything, but you can be wise. And you can be wise for yourself. Okay? So, there you go. Important stuff, kind of deep stuff for today. But you need to learn this stuff, okay? You need to learn about having faith and knowing that God will give you wisdom, and that you are getting wisdom for yourself, okay? And knowledge of and insight by studying the Bible, knowledge of the Holy One, okay? I've been studying for 650 days or something now straight, every day, making videos, which making videos keeps me studying the Bible every day. That's why I make them. For myself, getting wisdom for myself, okay? I make these for myself because it keeps me making them. It keeps me studying. And after that many days, I have learned knowledge of the Holy One. All knowledge? No, you can't know everything. But I know so much more than I did when I started, okay? Does it change you? It has to, okay? And it will. So, yeah, so we're going to keep doing this. I'm just going to keep doing this I'm planning on doing it 24 times, and this is the 12th time. This is the halfway point. So, and it'll be interesting to go back to the beginning and see what I highlighted in the beginning ones. They're all in a playlist, from the first time to the 12th time, and see how much insight you've gained since then. Yeah, I'll do that one of these days. And anyone can do that. They're all down there. So stay tuned later today. We're through the Bible. We're at 222, I think, or 3 or something like that. Can't remember exactly. I get confused after a while. I'll check. Yep. 222 today. We're in Jeremiah, the crying prophet, trying to warn Israel and Judah that they're going to be destroyed and they won't listen to him. So they will in the end. So, give us a like if you think about it. But until later, we'll do it again. See ya.